All right, so my friend recently reposted that on Instagram. It says the healthiest response to ignorance is silence. The wiser we become, we begin to realize that most situations don't deserve the slightest form of a reaction. This allows us to guide our energy in a conscious manner, directing it toward a desired result. All right, I wanted to come on here today and have a quick chat and slap on a quick mask because I'm just way too lazy to put on any makeup. So we're doing the Coconut and Hibiscus Radiance Mud Mask with Sonji Mushroom by Shea Moisture, picked up at my local Target. It has a fragrance to it that I'm not enjoying. Water, kaolin clay, bentonite clay, glycerin, an emulsifier, shea butter. You know, it's really not very complicated. And it is overpowering the scent. It has a nice texture though. Look how creamy it's painting on. All right, so we wrapped the series of ingredients videos that I had made in response to a video that I had made about a green beauty brand fear mongering. Now, as of this moment, as of the time that you see this video posted, I will have taken the fear mongering video down. And generally, gosh, this thing is stinging. I don't think it's supposed to sting. There is something in here. It's gotta come off my face. Oh, hold on. If you see that mask in your Target aisle, walk on by. Oh my gosh. Look at that reaction. My skin hated that mask. Now I'm gonna have to go put on some makeup. I'll be back. Okay, so for the record, I would not recommend this. I'm not sure what's in here that gave me such a bad reaction, but woo. So I slapped on some May Lindstrom Blue Cocoon, and that's always my go-to when I have a reaction to something. And here we are, threw on a little makeup. All right, so where was I? Well, I guess what I wanted to say was that I don't normally make those types of videos. I felt strongly that I wanted to say something, and I think I wanted to let you know that as of today, I'm taking that video down. Specifically because I want to make it clear to everyone that I wasn't pinpointing the brand, although it felt like to some people that I was. I will admit that at times my tone was a little snarky, and again, none of it was directed directly at the brand. It was just directed at the behavior. So that's why I'm taking it down. And I also believe firmly in our digital age that the idea of the right to be forgotten has been lost. And that sometimes we all choose to make decisions maybe that we don't love. And so I don't want that video to live on forever and impact that brand that you know was kind of the stimulus for the video. That's why if you watch the ingredients video and this video now, I'm not talking about the brand name because I specifically don't want that to live on forever. What I do want to live on forever is the ingredient information, okay? So that kind of brings us to the background of that video, and that is recently, I'm not sure if you follow any of the conventional beauty community on YouTube or Instagram, but there always seems to be these waves of hate towards green beauty. And I just felt like there was this wave recently of a lot of people ripping on green beauty. And their go-to or their default is always to target the fear-mongering. And when they target the fear-mongering, they always imply that anyone who questions ingredients or who uses green beauty must be a complete wackadoo, who can't read and think for themselves. And so all of that background played into that video and added to my snark of just being like, and we don't help the matter by continually playing onto the fear, which what I want to talk about now, right, is the future of green beauty. Because one thing conventional beauty and green beauty fixate a lot on is like a definition. We need a definition or a set of standards. Otherwise, all these people are just capitalizing and making money off green beauty. What I want to say to that, what I want to say to everyone who wants a definition, because people have been asking for a definition for years. I'm going to compare green beauty to Christianity. So I hope you don't get offended, okay? I myself am a Christian. So that's why I feel okay comparing them. But here you have a set of beliefs, right? In which people believe in a man named Jesus Christ and the Bible. And yet, and you would think with the Bible and the one man and the record of what he has said, that there would only be one way to follow him. However, as I'm sure you know, there's not. There's a million churches. If you drive down 10 minutes from my house, you'll encounter at least 15 churches, all using the same book, talking about the same man, but yet they're not a central church. So, anyone out there hoping for green beauty to have a definition, well, we're just not. We're not going to have a definition. I think responsible, sustainable, mindful synthetic ingredients are okay. I like preservatives. I like high performance products. And yeah, but there are other people who don't, and they just want to use plant oils. Let's say that's okay. You know, when conventional beauty rips on green beauty, they never talk about all the people with sensitive skin who have found great products in green beauty. When conventional beauty rips on green beauty, they never talk about all the women with cystic acne that through diet and skin care have healed their skin. When conventional beauty rips on green beauty, they never talk about all the indie brands that are amazing, that are sourcing things from a responsible place, that are using eco packaging, that are doing a lot to contribute to a mindful sense of green beauty. When conventional beauty rips on green beauty, they never talk about blue beauty, which is something that Jeannie Jarnot is a huge proponent of from Beauty Heroes, about beauty that is mindful of how it impacts the ocean. So, you know, it's just, the future of green beauty is, I just don't, I don't think it's fear-based. Because the truth of the matter is, what's in our drinking water is far more scary. GMOs are far more scary. The pharmaceutical company sourcing all our pharmaceuticals from China, far more scary. There has been a humongous drug recall within the nursing field that I work in, and it's like people have been taking these medications for valid reasons that have been helping their health for years, and now they're known to contain contaminants. Our food that we're putting in our body is so much more important. What about all the hepatitis A and salmonella recalls? So, don't get me wrong. There are ingredients we need to be afraid of. There are ingredients that we don't have a direct link to. And that's another thing that I wanted to say. And sorry this video is all over the place, but I'm just kind of rambling here. Is that conventional beauty never acknowledges, okay, that within the science field, science is the practice of observation, right? Why do we look to scientific studies? Because they're observing things. They're creating reactions and observing. But, you know, everyone always screams like it doesn't harm you. Well, there are some ingredients that even though there are no direct link to health concerns, and in science, the idea of a direct link is not really valid. We think of things more like in a tree format. You know, how do things impact other things? And it's like, just because there's no link between all endocrine disruptors and the, you know, ridiculous amounts of health concerns that arise from using them. And I have a video on endocrine disruptors. I'll link it here. Just because there's no direct link doesn't mean that at some point we're not going to find a direct link. If you don't believe me, let's talk about lead. Remember when the government tried to cover up that lead was harmful to your health, and it was one man observing children's teeth that figured out that lead impacted IQs? Remember when they tried to cover that up? But that the impact to the economy from lower IQs was going to be so great that they eventually had to let it come out and take lead out of everything? So don't get me wrong. There is a place for ingredient concern. There absolutely is. But we have to be very mindful about the shouting that we're doing, I think. You know, for me, the future of green beauty is what we're seeing take place is that the consumer is really voting with their dollar. And that ingredient manufacturers are constantly, they're racing to try to put cleaner ingredients on the market that can meet people's standards. And I think that's amazing, personally. And then maybe I find it more amazing because I constantly peruse formulating sites. And I see newer ingredients popping up being like, this is gonna meet the demand for people that have more concern about ingredients, that are looking for cleaner alternatives, that are looking for sort of the circle mentality, like where did the ingredients start, what kind of product is it ending up in? So when we're talking about the future of green beauty, let me mention a brand that I think is just doing everything right. And I might be a little biased, but take a look at Hanua Skincare, all right? Clean ingredients. And yet, are they sitting there preaching about fear-mongering, or are they talking about taking care of your skin, taking care of the earth, talking about ancient Hawaiian wisdom in their plant concoctions? And, you know, for me, that's the exact, if you look to Hanua Skincare, that's exactly where green beauty is going. You know, these beautiful, mindful, sustainable, eco-conscious brands that work. You know, that's a perfect example to me of an amazing, forward-thinking, loving green beauty brand. I know I'm biased, but what can I say? This is kind of a very rambly video. I would love to hear what you guys think. I would love actually to hear the brands that you think like should be put on a pedestal for green beauty. Like Hanua Skincare is definitely one of mine. Gressa, the makeup brand, is another one where I just sincerely love the message they're putting out and the face that they are for green beauty. So I can't think of anything else. I know I had more to say, but to be continued, I suppose. And Friday is going to be something lighthearted and fun for sure. So tune in to that.